Hey, what time are you coming home?
Hey, Carl. I'll be back at my usual time, so it'll be pretty soon. Why do you ask? Is everything okay?
I see. Okay, my mommy made its food, so I was just wondering. But there isn't any left for you. So you'll just have to find something to eat on your own.
What? Are you serious? Again? Your mom is coming again?
Hey, what do you mean again? What's the problem? Mom can't come over? Knock it off. Don't get in the way of us being one big happy family.
One big happy family? But that is still my house. I'm so tired today. I just simply wanted to go home, cook something, and just go to bed.
Geez, you don't have to say something so selfish like that.
What? What do you mean selfish? I think you're the one being selfish, Carl. Why in the world is your mom coming over for the 4th time this week anyway? She's been around since last weekend all the way up until this weekend, hasn't she?
Yeah, so what? It's the best.
I work full time and there are times where I am so busy. All I want to do is go home and relax after such a stressful day. The least I want is not to be bothered on the weekend. That isn't too much to ask for.
What are you talking about? Mommy is already 60 years old. I know she may not look that old, but she is still 60.
Well, actually, she does look 60 if you ask me.
What do you mean by that? Anyway, I just want to live together with my mom. But you are being so selfish and refuse to live together with us. That's why I will never tell my mom to stop coming over. I won't let you tell her that either.
Why in the world are you getting so carried away? Your mom coming to visit is totally fine. I have no problem with that. When she comes on weekdays, I can't even cook anything. And when I'm not off on the weekends, there are always complaints because I can't even clean the house or do any other chores. I have no time for myself. I can't even catch my breath. I just need some time sometimes.
Well, that is the job of a housewife. That is what you should be doing. Don't act like a spoiled brat. If you don't have time to cook dinner during the week, that is no one else's fault but your own. Don't you understand my mommy is coming over to try and help you? You need it.
No, that's not it. You just want her here so she can do your chores, isn't that right? Right now you work as a temp and have to go into the office 3 to 4 times a week. You work less hours than I do right now. If you can do the chores, shouldn't you just do them yourself? You have the time.
You should just be a housewife. You shouldn't have that frame of mind. Those are actually Mommy's words. She's the one who said that. She also said you're ugly and that you don't even clean the house. You don't contribute anything. You don't balance out all the great things I do.
What? You can't possibly mean that.
That is why you should be happy to be married to someone as great as me. You should be grateful that I put up with you.
Look, I don't know why you're talking to me right now about all of this, but it doesn't matter right now. Seriously, let me at least rest just this weekend. I was patient and put up with all the nonsense during the week. I at least deserve a peaceful weekend.
You know I'm only still married to you because you bring home a decent income. But honestly, if you were a housewife, you would really be horrible. It's the worst. You could learn a thing or two from Mom, don't you think? You really need to learn to treat your husband with respect.
What? Why are you saying all of these things? I honestly have no idea what you are trying to say. Talking to you right now is just a waste of time. I'll talk to you later. It's fine. I'll just come home now and make a decent meal. So, you finally decided. I know this was tough on you, and you had a hard time deciding. But finally, I can teach you how to have the right frame of mind and attitude as a proper housewife. What? What in the world are you talking about? Huh! Wait, what are you talking about? I heard that you finally decided you wanted all of us to live together. What? Us living together? What in God's name are you talking about? This is the first I'm hearing about us living together. What? Are you serious? I guess we aren't on the same page then, are we? What? Carl said that you finally decided that we should all live together. So, I thought you finally came to your senses and agreed with us living together. So, you honestly aren't planning on living together with us? You being alone and by yourself is so pointless. It would be so much better with the three of us together. It looks like you and Carl are just talking amongst yourselves and not even including me. But even if that was the case, this is something Carl should have spoken to me about. I am his wife? I haven't heard anything about this, so I'm going to ask Carl myself just what exactly is going on. I think it's pointless for you to ask him, but go ahead. And why do you say that? Because my Carl would never lie to his mother. There is no way. He said he's preparing for us to live together. He's doing everything for me. There's no way he'd lie to me about that. That's why if you aren't going to be living with us, my Carl will have to end his relationship with you. Well, is that so? You're right. He wouldn't lie to you, not your Carl. Well, do you know about Carl's job right now? Absolutely. Of course I do. I am his mother. What are you talking about? I know everything about him. Obviously, I would know something as important as his job. He's been working for a major corporation and worked his way up to a managerial position. That's why he's able to come home earlier than you every day. But you're nothing like him. You have no skill and work so slowly you have to work until late. Are you sure about that? So that's the story Carl decided on telling you? Listen, Carl is my dear son. I know him better than anyone. I understand. Well, I'm going to just talk to Carl myself and get to the bottom of this. Thank you for reaching out to me. Carl, where are you right now? Why aren't you at home?
Huh? You mean you're home right now? Sorry, I'm surprised. It's not too common that you're home like this.
I had an awful feeling in the pit of my stomach, so I decided to come home. Where is my bank book?
Wow, that's wild. What, do you have a sixth sense or something?
Enough. Answer my questions. Where are you right now, and where is my bank book?
I just bought a high-rise apartment building with it.
Carl, what are you talking about? You just took it upon yourself to take my money without me knowing?
Yeah, and so what if I did? I'm gonna live with my mommy.
What? That money was my life savings. I worked my fingers to the bone for 10 years for that. And you think you can just use it however you please?
Yep, that's right. I absolutely can. I've been looking for quite a while and finally I found it. I racked my brain wondering where you were hiding it. I knew you were hiding money, but to hide such a large amount? I was impressed. So I took it from my mommy. I decided to use it and purchase a huge apartment for her.
What do you mean? That is my money. Don't you think you're getting a little carried away just doing anything you want with it? It's mine.
No, it doesn't matter anyway. You already left anyway.
What do you mean by that?
You have no use for the money. The least you can do is just give it to me. I have no more use for you, and now I'm gonna live with my mom in the apartment that I bought with all of your savings.
You are the worst. You took my money and have no use for me anymore? So are you just trying to drive me away?
Yep, I guess that's exactly what I'm saying. You have nothing to offer. Isn't just being at home alone such a waste?
Fine. You'll get exactly what you ask for. You can just leave this house. And you know what? Let's get a divorce. How does that sound?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Haven't you been listening to what I said? I used your life savings to buy an apartment to live with my mom together. I have no more use for you at all. Let's hurry up and just get a divorce already.
Understood and agreed. Goodbye, Carl.
Goodbye, you pig.
Please don't ever think about contacting me again. And I'm changing the locks to this house, so don't even think about coming back. So after moving, I hope you have fun living with your mommy, who you love oh so much.
Sue, can you talk right now? I want to call you.
Absolutely not. I don't feel like talking to you. I have nothing to say to you. Why do you want to call me anyway? Have you sent the divorce papers yet? What's taking so long? Hurry up and send them to me already.
Forget about the divorce papers. I wanted to ask you about my money.
Your money? What do you mean by your money?
You know what I mean. Why can't I use the bank book anymore? Why can't I withdraw money anymore? I can't pay rent for the apartment.
So, that's not my problem. I don't know anything about your money. Not like you have any anyway.
But I still had the bank book. There should still have been money in the account. But when I went to do the bookkeeping, there was no money left. Why is that? What happened? Don't you think that's a little weird?
Do I think it's weird? You just did whatever you wanted and stole my bank book after all. That right there is a crime, isn't it? You're lucky I don't report you for that. Anyway, I was able to do my banking online. I transferred all my money into another account. Every dollar.
What, you transferred the money? All of it?
Yep, sure did. Thank goodness I was able to transfer it all over before you were able to use any of it. A sleazy mama's boy like you being able to use my hard-earned money? Just the mere thought of that made me sick to my stomach.
Wait a second. I didn't hear anything about that. You didn't tell me anything. So I can't use any of the money anymore? Is that what you're telling me? The bank book is mine, isn't it?
What are you saying? Have you gone mad? That bank book is mine and you know it. I knew you'd just do whatever you wanted with my money and try using it, so I moved everything over to a separate bank account. You were babbling on and on about how you bought a huge apartment, but it looks like the payment hadn't gone through yet. Thank goodness.
No, that can't be right. I checked the bank book. The money still is in your account. All I needed was a stamp which I was going to get later on. I just borrowed the money from the down payment for the apartment.
Oh, you just borrowed it.
After I withdrew the money, I thought it wouldn't be a problem if I just returned it back. I don't understand. What is the problem?
I explained it to you before, didn't I? How dumb do you think I am? I knew you stole my bank book. Because of that, I transferred the money into a different account. Since I knew the bank book couldn't be used anymore to withdraw the money, I just left it in a place where even you would find it. It's funny you borrowed money for the apartment, and you think you'll be able to pay it back? Hilarious! Don't worry. Since you desperately want to be with your mother, I'm sure you can get used to living somewhere else with her.
What? You mean you set me up? You are the worst.
What? Set you up? Where did that come from?
You knew I would be embarrassed at the bank. It was your plan all along to ruin my reputation. You went as far as to leave the bank book out in plain sight, knowing full well I would find it. For you to go through all of that trouble just to set me up, you really are the worst.
And? What do you want me to say? I didn't plan on setting you up or anything like that at all. We're getting a divorce, right? That means I don't need to have a bank account connected with your name anymore.
But what about the money? Answer my question about the money. I have to have some money. I don't even have pocket change right now. The apartment won't give back the money I used for the down payment either. What am I supposed to do?
How should I know? It's not my problem, is it? Why did you think it was right to use my hard-earned money for the apartment anyway? You're nuts if you think there isn't anything wrong with doing something like that.
But I did it for Mommy.
That's your problem. You're a creepy little mama's boy.
What? What did you just say to me? What do you mean I'm a mama's boy? How am I a mama's boy?
You really don't see it? You're so clueless. You really are the worst. Let me tell you, it isn't normal for a man approaching 40 to refer to his own mother as mommy. Right? For your important mom, you went as far as to steal your own wife's life savings? What in the world were you thinking? Just to think, there were so many things you didn't even tell your mom.
What? What are you trying to say? I tell Mommy everything. Absolutely everything. There isn't anything she doesn't know.
Oh, is that so? What about being employed by a giant corporation? That's quite the lie you made up.
Well, there was a reason for that.
It doesn't matter what the reason was. You lied. Fact is, you're just a temp worker at a company, and you have more free time than you know what to do with. All the money you do scrape up you blow on gambling, or you have to use my money. With my money, I thought you would be able to build some sort of a life for yourself. But why couldn't you be honest and tell your mother the truth?
You don't have to say it like that. I'm not a loser. I'm not that bad of a person.
Oh no, I actually think I painted a pretty accurate picture of who you really are. You should be able to easily see for yourself what a loser you are.
That's not true. My mommy would never say those things to me. How horrible. My mommy would accept me no matter what. She loves me unconditionally.
Well, mothers will be mothers, I guess. But it's all just obviously a bunch of lies. You forget you even fed yourself with my money. And yet all you did was look down on me and treat me like I was a slave. I am not your punching bag. Not anymore.
That isn't how I planned for things to be at all, honest.
You can enjoy your life living with your mommy just like you wanted. I don't have anything more to say to you. I have nothing more to give you. Just hurry up and get the divorce papers sent to me. Has the lawyer sent them yet?
What? What do you mean, lawyer?
That's right. I'm also demanding consolation money due to the fact that you were financially abusing me and exploiting me during our marriage. Lawyers' fees are high as it is. That's just going to increase their fee.
But what about me? What do I do about the apartment money?
I'm not giving you any more money. You can forget it. If you don't want to deal with the lawyer fees and the money for damages, then it's time to act like an adult for once and take responsibility for your own actions.
But what about the money for the apartment? What do I do? Canceling the contract will cost so much money as it is. You have to do something for me. Please, help me out. We are husband and wife, aren't we? Aren't we a happy couple?
You have no more use for me and wanted a divorce. Those were your words, weren't they? Unfortunately for you, the one who has no more use for the other is me. Do not contact me or try to see me again. I want nothing more to do with you. I am done with you and your mom. Loser mama's boy, and the same goes for your mother as well. After that, Sue completely ignored Carl. Carl wasn't about to pay the rent for his magnificent apartment. He also wasn't able to get any of the money back he used for the down payment. In tears, he tried to beg Sue to take him back and let him live in her apartment again. But unfortunately for Carl, Sue had already moved on. In the end, Carl came clean and told his mother about everything. He fell to his knees and begged for his mom to loan him money. His mother, of course, understood and accepted Carl, however, she was broke too. Penniless and broke, Carl and his mom were completely burdened with the money they borrowed. With no options, they both worked together from sunup to sundown, They're currently living together in a beat-up, run-down apartment.